What's good, everybody? It's your boy, the almighty CR21, and we are here with another predictions video. Today, we're going to be doing our predictions for AEW All Out pay-per-view. This pay-per-view will feature big matches like the returning CM Punk, his last match was in the Royal Rumble 2014. After 7 long years, he's going to wrestle again in the ring at AEW All Out versus Darby Allin. Also, Christian Cage will battle Kenny Omega. Miro battles Eddie Kingston. A lot of more matches to talk about, so let's just get straight into it. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. AEW's Women's Casino Battle Royal, with the winner receiving a title match versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And that's if she retains her title. We'll get into that match later on. But here we're going to have people like Tay Conti, Penelope Ford, Thunder Rosa, The Bunny, Big Swole, and Nyla Rose. Those are some of the competitors. Also, we are set to have the debut of Ruby Riott. So she's supposed to be coming into this match. That's been the rumor. I feel like it's a perfect time for her to come in. I just don't feel like she's going to win. I feel like they're going to try to, boost her up a little bit, build her up. So for me, if I had to pick 3 right off the bat, maybe take Conti, maybe Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa. Those are my predictions. Man, it's going to be very hard, but I'm going to go with Tay Conti, man. I feel like Tay Conti, I just have this weird feeling that she's going to win. And I feel like she should win because I feel like Tay Conti is going to be definitely one of AEW's building stars in the future. Somebody they're going to go wanting to push more in the female division. She's proven that she's a little bit of a draw in the women's division. She's actually talented and people actually care about her. So I'm going to go with Tay Conti, man. Up next, we have Satoshi Hijima. I don't know if I said that right. I'm not very familiar about him. But he's going on against Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley. This one for me is pretty obvious. I'm going to go with Jon Moxley. I'm not familiar with Satoshi. Sorry about that. I'm just not familiar with him, I think he's from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I do not watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I basically don't know a lot of people from there. So I'm just going to go with Jon Moxley. I'm a casual here. I'm going to go with Jon Moxley to win this match and pick up a pay-per-view win. Up next, we have the final fight between MJF and Chris Jericho. For me, though, it's kind of obvious. I don't want to say it like that manner, but Chris Jericho said basically like, if I lose, I'm not going to wrestle in AEW. I'm going to be a full-time commentator or something like that. That basically tells me, okay, he's going to win. Kind of like what they did with Cena and Roman. They just gave it away. You really think, if you tell me right now, it's that serious without laughing in my face, that Roman Reigns will be leaving WWE? There's no way. You could legit, there's no way you could tell anybody that. Roman Reigns wasn't leaving. Obviously, John Cena was going to lose anyway. But they had to make it even more predictable. And this is what they're doing here. Chris Jericho, the babyface, got to go over at the end. MJF already beat him like 3 times. So Chris Jericho is going to pick up this W in my prediction. Up next, we have Chris Statlander taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Get it right, America. This should be a pretty good match. I'm actually kind of hyped for this match. I feel like it's a good filler match for Dr. Britt Baker because there's no way she's going to lose the title. I mean, Dr. Britt Baker, she's money. She's over. She's like the best female wrestler, one of the best in the world. She's just great, man. I could be on here talking all day about how great Dr. Britt Baker has been. But I'm just going to go with Dr. Britt Baker. There's no way she's losing that title anytime soon. And that's just facts. So I'm going with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, to retain her AEW Women's Championship. Up next, we have the Young Bucks defending their AEW Tag Team Championships versus Lucha Bros inside a steel cage. Man, this is going to be fantastic, man. I could already see it. There's going to be the flipping, all that nonsense. Moonsaults probably off the cage. Super kicks. everything, man. This match is gonna be high-flying action, Canadian destroyers all over the place. They're gonna kill it. Could be match of the night. It's gonna be great. Thing is, who wins this amazing match? I'm already calling it an amazing match 5 days before the pay-per-view. That's how good I know it's gonna be. But I'm going with the Lucha Bros, man. I think Young Bucks, they gotta end their title reign this month, bro. If it's not at All Out, it has to be a New York City Grand Slam. They gotta drop it out this month, man. They had it for a while. They've had a solid reign, you know. I feel like their reign in general has been meh, but their matches have been very good. It's just the way they act on Dynamite when they don't defend the titles. It gets kind of played out, but you can never deny their matches they have on pay-per-view. But I'm going with the Lucha Bros to become the brand new AEW Tag Team Champions. Up next, we have the most exciting match on the card, pal. We have Paul Wight taking on the best AEW wrestler of all time, QT Marshall. This should be 5 stars, man. This is going to be an instant classic. 2 of the very best in AEW. You guys know I'm trolling, man. Before, you marks leave a dislike right away and leave the video. But we have Paul Wight taking on QT Marshall. I'm okay with Paul Wight being on pay-per-view. Like, I'm actually fine. Good to see the Big Show back, But against QT Marshall, you're telling me you couldn't find anybody else in the roster to put him against? You put him against QT Marshall, the very least person people want to see on pay-per-view. They didn't even want to see him on Dynamite. You put him on a big pay-per-view like this. I don't know, man, but I'm going with Paul Wight. This should be an obvious pick. I'm going with Paul Wight to beat QT Marshall. This is a match I wanted to see at New York City Grand Slam, if they could give Eddie Kingston the win there. It'd be a good moment, in New York City. But no, we're getting it all out. It's going to be Miro defending the TNT Championship, or excuse me, God's greatest champion, Miro, defending his title against Eddie Kingston. This is going to be a war. This is like a battle, man. You sign me up for this one, man. Sign me up. This one is going to be a sleeper match. This is going to be very good, very physical, and I'm going with Eddie Kingston to become the brand new TNT champion. Up next, we have Christian Cage taking on Kenny Omega for the AEW Championship. This is a match we got at the premiere of AEW Rampage, where Christian Cage won the Impact Wrestling and TNA title. This time it's for the AEW title. We already know this is going to be the most predictable match of the night. They're going to do 50-50 booking. Kenny Omega is going to retain his title. But the match in general is going to be fantastic. I expect it to be even better since it's going to be on pay-per-view. And I hope this is like the match prior to the main event of CM Punk and Darby Allin. I don't hope it's the main event only because we've seen it before. Because I get it. It's the AEW title. They want to put their main title last. But if this would have been the first time ever, then okay, we'll let it slide. But we've seen it already. Might as well just, not make it main event and make Chicago's CM Punk main event, because he's going to get the biggest pop and whatever. But Christian Cage and Omega should be a very good match. But I'm going Kenny Omega to retain his AEW championship. And finally, we have made it to my main event. The match that y'all came here to see. The reason most of you guys are going to be watching AEW All Out. The reason you even clicked on this video. CM Punk, Darby Allin, my main event. Very good match is going to be. CM Punk live in Chicago. Going to get the biggest pop. It's going to be great. Darby Allin, whether he loses or not, is going to be the biggest match of his career. He's going to be fighting CM Punk. This is going to be great. Great stuff all around. The crowd is going to be amazing. I can already feel it. And CM Punk is obviously going to win. He has to win. First match in 7 years in front of Chicago. He's going to win. I'm going with CM Punk to walk out of All Out as a winner in front of his hometown in Chicago. Going to be very good. And that has been my predictions for AEW All Out pay-per-view. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Road to 500 subscribers. Y'all know the drill. Peace out.